Hi everyone! Okay, your second instalment of The Enormous Crocodile by Roald Dahl. I think we were just up to when the enormous crocodile had spoken to Trunky, and he laughed and laughed out loud and disappeared into the thick jungle. A bit further on, he met Mugglewump the monkey. Mugglewump was sitting in a tree eating nuts.
"Hello, Crocky," said Mugglewump. "What are you up to now?"
"I have secret plans and clever tricks," said the crocodile.
"Would you like some nuts?"
asked Mugglewump. "I have better things to eat than nuts," sniffed the crocodile.
"I didn't think there was anything better than nuts," said Mugglewump.
"Aha," said the enormous crocodile. "The sort of things that I'm going to eat have fingers, toenails, arms and legs and feet." Mugglewump went pale and began to shake all over.
"Oh, you aren't really going to gobble up a little child, are you?" he said.
"Of course I am," said the crocodile. "Clothes and all. They taste better with the clothes on."
"Oh, you horrid, hoggish croc," cried Mugglewump. "You slimy creature. I hope the buttons and buckles all stick in your throat and you choke to death."
The crocodile grinned up at the Mugglewump and said, "I eat monkeys too." And quick as a flash, with one bite of his huge jaws, he bit through the tree that Mugglewump was sitting in, and down it came. Crash! But just in time, Mugglewump jumped into the next tree and swung away through the branches. A bit further on, the enormous crocodile met the roly-poly bird. The roly-poly bird was building a nest in an orange tree.
"Hello there, enormous crocodile,"
sung the roly-poly bird.
"We don't ever see you up here in the jungle."
"Ah," said the crocodile, "I have secret plans and clever tricks."
"I hope it's not something nasty,"
sung the roly-poly bird. "Nasty!" cried the crocodile. "Of course it's not nasty. It's delicious. It's luscious. It's super. It's muscious. It's duper. It's better than rotten old fish. You must mash it and munch it and chew it and crunch it. It's lovely to hear it go squish."
"Oh, it must be berries,"
sung the roly-poly bird.
"Berries are my favourite food in the world. Is it raspberries perhaps, or could it be strawberries?"
The enormous crocodile laughed so much his teeth rattled together like pennies in a money box. "Crocodiles don't eat berries," he said. "We eat little boys and girls, and sometimes we eat roly-poly birds as well." Very quickly, the crocodile reached up and snapped his jaws at the roly-poly bird. He just missed the bird, but he managed to catch hold of the long, beautiful feathers in its tail. The roly-poly bird gave a shriek of terror and shot straight up into the air, leaving its tail feathers behind in the enormous crocodile's mouth. At last, the enormous crocodile came out of the other side of the jungle into the sunshine. He could see the town not far away. "Oh, oh," he said, talking aloud to himself. "Ah, that walk through the jungle has made me hungrier than ever. One child isn't going to be nearly enough for me today. I won't be full up until I've eaten at least 3 juicy little children." He started to creep forward towards the town. The enormous crocodile crept over to a place where there were a lot of coconut trees. He knew that the children from the town often came here looking for coconuts. The trees were too tall for them to climb, but there were always some coconuts on the ground that had fallen down. The enormous crocodile quickly collected all the coconuts that were lying on the ground. He also gathered together several fallen branches. "Now for clever trick number 1, he whispered to himself. "It won't be long before I'm eating the first part of my lunch." He took all the coconut branches and held them between his teeth. He grasped the coconuts in his front paws, and then he stood up straight in the air, balancing himself on his tail. He arranged the branches and the coconuts so cleverly that he now looked exactly like a small coconut tree standing among the big coconut trees. Soon, 2 children came along. They were brother and sister. The boy was called Toto. His sister was called Mary. They walked around looking for fallen coconuts, but they couldn't find any because the enormous crocodile had gathered them all up.
"Oh, look!" cried Toto. "That tree over there is much smaller than the others, and it's full of coconuts. I think we could climb that one quite easily if you help me up a little bit first."
Toto and Mary ran towards what they thought was the small coconut tree. The enormous crocodile peered through the branches, watching them as they came closer and closer. He licked his lips. He began to dribble with excitement. Suddenly, there was a tremendous whooshing noise. It was Rumpy Pumpy the hippopotamus. He came crashing and snorting out of the jungle. His head was down low and he was galloping at terrific speed. "Look out, Toto!" shouted Humpy Dumpy. "Look out, Mary! It's not a coconut tree. It's the enormous crocodile and he wants to eat you up!" Rumpy Pumpy charged straight at the enormous crocodile. He caught him with his great head and sent him tumbling and skidding over the ground. "Owie!" cried the crocodile. "Help! Stop! Where am I?" Toto and Mary ran back to the town as fast as they could. But crocodiles are tough. It is difficult for even a hippopotamus to hurt them. The enormous crocodile picked himself up and crept toward the place where the children's playground was. "Now, for clever trick number 2, he said to himself. "This one is certain to work." There were no children in the playground at that moment. They were all in school. The enormous crocodile found a large piece of wood and placed it in the middle of the playground. He then lay across the piece of wood and tucked his feet in so that he looked almost like a seesaw. When school was over, the children all came running out into the playground.
"Oh, look!" they cried. "We've got a new seesaw."
They all crowded round, shouting with excitement.
"Begs I go first. I'll get on the other end. I want to go first. So do I, so do I."
Then a girl who was older than the others said,
"It's rather funny knobbly sort of seesaw, isn't it? Do you think it'll be safe to sit on?" "Of course it will," said the others. "It looks strong as anything."
The enormous crocodile opened one eye, just a tiny bit, and he watched the children who were crowding around him. Soon, he thought, one of them is going to sit on my head, and then I will give a jerk and a snap, and after that it will be yum, yum, yum. At that moment, there was a flash of brown and something jumped into the playground and hopped up onto the top of the swings. It was Mugglewump the monkey.
"Run!"
Mugglewump shouted to the children.
"All of you, run, run, run! It's not a seesaw, it's the enormous crocodile, and he wants to eat you up."
The children screamed and ran for their lives. Mugglewump disappeared back into the jungle, and the enormous crocodile was left all alone in the playground. He cursed the monkey and waddled back into the bushes to hide. "I'm getting hungrier and hungrier," he said. I shall have to eat at least 4 children now before I am full up. The enormous crocodile crept around the edge of the town, taking great care not to be seen. We'll leave it there. What did you think? What's going to happen next? Let's see. I'll do another story part tomorrow.